Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Star Wars Battlefront 2 beta on the GeForce GTX 1050 2GB. For FPS monitoring, I'll be using CAM. If you want to download this software, there's a link down in the description. And if you enjoy the content and want to support the channel directly, there's Patreon and affiliate links down in the description as well. So Star Wars Battlefront 2 beta, I'll be doing 1080p, 900p and 1440p. To skip one of those sections of the video, check the description below. So first I'll show you 1080p, trying to get 60 frames per second. And in order to do so, I'll be using pretty much a mix between medium and high. The game still looks fantastic, I have to say, but I found a bug that was present also on the GTX 750 Ti. Some of the meshes and reflections sometimes flicker quite a bit. I'm not sure what's going on, but it only happened to me using 2GB video cards, so maybe that's the problem right now. Probably when the final game releases, this will be sorted out, but I needed to mention it because it was quite noticeable. Then I cranked up the settings to the max, except in textures, which I kept on high on 1080p and 900p due to the VRAM limit. But yeah, so far using ultra settings instead over 30 frames per second without a problem on 1080p. Then on 900p, in order to get over 50 frames per second all the time, I use pretty much max settings with textures on high once again, but I kept anti-aliasing on FXAA low, and that allowed me to be very close to 60 frames per second the majority of the time. That's why I didn't test 720p. 720p uses even less GPU than 900p, so you'll get 60 frames per second anyway using the same settings. So yeah, if you're going to use 720p, you can use ultra settings just fine, maybe lower textures to high and you'll be fine. And finally at 1440p I had to lower textures to medium, and I show you pretty much low settings with mesh quality on medium, and then I crank up the settings to high or something close to high to see if we can stay over 30 frames per second, and it's possible at 1440p. Just make sure to lower textures from high to medium, and that should be enough for the VRAM we have available. The frame time graph that you see in the bottom left corner of the video is a great way of knowing when a stutter happens. When you see a big spike there, it means that a frame stayed longer on screen than it should have, so you'll notice a quick freeze or a stutter, whatever you want to call it. It seems to vary quite a bit, judging by how the graph looks, but I only felt noticeable stutters on those big spikes. Other than that, the game feels very good to play. I benchmarked on 40 player matches, so we can have the most demanding stuff possible on both the GPU and CPU. So far it seems to be running very well and it looks amazing. I had trouble with DirectX 12. When I switched it on and launched the game again, my screen showed up an out of range warning, so I couldn't test DirectX 12 right now. It seems to be just a bug. The FOV slider and dynamic resolution options are disabled at the moment, so I would expect them to be there when the full game releases. To get a performance boost, I recommend first lowering mesh, effects and post-process quality. For some reason they decided to bundle reflections into the mesh quality option, so you have LOD, tessellation and reflections in just one option. If that wasn't enough to get the frame rate you wanted, lower the rest of the options that I didn't mention in groups and you should be fine. I'll explain the options more in depth once the full game releases. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you keep enjoying the video, thanks for watching and see you next time.
Together. Back at it. Grenade armed. Sentry mode. Activate. Direct hit to the MTT.
Increase protective measures.
Sniper. Grenade prime. Sentry gun online. Disengaging. Fire.
Our forces have reached the first waypoint. Continue the escort.
Grenade out. Roger, roger. Roger, roger. Sentry mode activated. Transport is taking damage. Continuing attack. Grenade armed. Sentry guns online. Ion disruptors affecting the transport. Grenade prime. Sentry mode activated. MTT hit. Multiple units destroyed. Firing target. Targeting grenade. MTT armor is at 50% mode. Activated.
Efficiency rating intolerable. Do not allow another attack.
An ally has arrived. Board Providing east door control. Targeting grenade. Sentry mode activated.
Transfer of east door controls completing shortly.
Roger, roger.
West override approaching completion. Palace doors unsealing. Run decimation programs. Push the enemy back and prepare for phase 3.
Sentry guns online. Heavy fire.
Secure the throne room before reinforcements arrive. Naboo will fall to the Separatist army.
B1 unit activated. Grenade in control. Scanning for clones. Sentry guns online. Oh, the throne room. Securing now.
Secure the throne room before reinforcements arrive. Naboo will fall to the Separatist army. Strategic control circuit. Protocol engaged. I'm capturing the throne room. It's so fancy. Throne room almost secure. Remove remaining defenders. Superior weapons and programming have triumphed. The palace has fallen, as has Naboo.